I just heard some very interesting news. Now we know Gervonta Davis is going to be a movie. He's getting ready to fight in Houston against Lamont Roach. A source told me, a little birdie whispered in my ear and said that Jermall Charlo is also going to be on the card. And the fight that they are trying to put on that card, you guys clicked it. You've seen the title and you clicked it. Is Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Boo Boo Andrade, 168 pounds. Wow. PBC's on fire. So first, I want to show you guys Jermall Charlo's page. And then he's training. You see him training. It says, "The grind don't stop. Trust me, Lions only, December 14th, Houston, Texas." So he's pretty much confirming that he's going to be on the card, right? With that, saying, "Trust me, Lions only, December 14th," which is the date Tank is fighting. And he's also training. So this is looking good for Jermall at least being on the card. Now, he says the process, him with Ronnie Shields, his trainer, he looks like he's in solid shape. He's been out the ring. You know, he did come back for the fight with Jose Benavidez. That was at a catchweight. And I don't know how recent this picture is, but he looks to be in good shape right here. Now, the Demetrius Andrade fight, so this was Jermall's last fight. This is a dangerous fight because this is a fight that's been brewing for some years between the two. And just given the recent activity and lack thereof, I think that makes it very interesting. Now, you see right here, it says Benavidez Andrade. That was the card that hosted Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez. So maybe this was a plan for the long time because we know how it works in boxing. In boxing, that's how you build up a future fight, by putting two fighters that you want to in the future have face each other. You put them on the same card. And I'm showing you right here. When Benavidez fought Andrade came up short. He's off of a loss. But on that card was Jermall Charlo. So maybe this was the game plan from the beginning. But my sources are telling me that this could be next, Jermall Charlo. And I haven't heard really anyone talk about it, but I like it. Again, I think it's a dangerous fight just because Jermall Charlo hasn't had activity. Jermall Charlo at his best, he has one of the best jabs in boxing, and he's a terrific fighter. However, inactivity, you know, that's not good for any fighter, right? And then you also are talking about the moving up in weight. And Demetrius Andrade, despite coming off of a loss, he is a very good fighter himself. So I love it. I think it's a dangerous fight, but that's what it is. So is David Morrell Jr. and David Benavidez, which Benavidez pretty much announced. More from that coming soon. I will make a video about it, so hit the subscribe button. The video will be up shortly after this video. And, you know, PBC looks like it's getting their schedule in order, and they not playing no games because I like all these fights. Again, Jermall Charlo, Andrade, we've wanted to see this fight for years. So Tank Davis is already fighting Lamont Roach, so it's kind of a DMV type of battle. Tank versus Roach, that's already going to be a movie just based on who Jermall Charlo is, or excuse me, who Gervonta Davis is, and all of his events are they're basically movies, right? And that was announced. This is at the Toyota Center where the Houston Rockets play. It makes all the sense in the world to put one, if not both, Charlo brothers on this card to stack out the card because they're Houston representatives. They help put Houston on the map for boxing, and they're from Houston. So why not put them on the face of boxing Gervonta Davis's card. So PBC, I love this. I love this a lot. It solidifies that when you got a stadium like the where the Rockets play, you want to entertain. So you want to have an entertaining undercard. And for me, you put a fight. If you put Jermall Charlo in there in general, that's good because I've covered several of his fights live. I enjoy watching him fight at his best, you know. But if you give me Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade, I'm for sure sold because that's a fight that everybody said they wanted to see for quite some time now. Again, Andrade, terrific fighter, southpaw. They've had history. They had bad blood. Andrade is coming off a loss to David Benavidez, but Benavidez is up at 175 now. And this is great stuff. This is what makes you a legend, right? I feel like Andrade, when he was with Eddie Hearn, he wasn't getting no big fights at all. They were just clout chasing and talking about, oh, we want to fight Charlo. But Eddie Hearn don't have the pull nor the relationships to have gotten that done. Now that Demetrius Andrade became a free agent and he teamed up with Al Heyman, is definitely looking possible. I mean, just think about this. Think about what I'm saying. Andrade had several fights with Eddie Hearn, and he was fighting guys like Artur Akov and Lucas Keeler, Potato Peeler, all these weird, obscure names, similar to Edgar Berlanga in every fight that he had with Eddie Hearn, except for the Canelo fight. And that's just because Canelo chose him, right? So you list out all the Andrade Eddie Hearn fights. None of them really did anything for Andrade's career. I mean, yes, he was getting paid, but in terms of did the fans want to see him? No. He gets with Al Heyman. He fights Damon Nicholson on Tank's undercard. And his second fight is a big fight with David Benavidez. Yes, he comes up short, but he still got, I'm sure, a good paycheck and fought and had the opportunity against a big name. And then coming off of a loss, a bad loss at that, because Benavidez stopped him and blemished his record, he might get Charlo, a guy he's been saying he wants to fight for several years at this point. I'm all in. And it just shows you the power of Al Heyman and PBC. That's why when it comes to, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but when it comes to guys like Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, and then they're claiming that they want Tank Davis, who's clearly the A side, I don't really believe it, to be honest. How can I believe it if you don't go where the action's at? Demetrius Andrade, when his contract ended or whatever with Eddie Hearn and he became a free agent, he went where the action's at. And so far, so good, especially if he gets Charlo. That means within, you look at, again, all of his fights with Eddie Hearn in DAZN versus if he fights Charlo, that'll be his third fight with Al Heyman. And two of the three were big names like Benavidez and Charlo, and names that he said he was down to fight. And he wanted these types of opportunities and looks. So I love it. I respect Andrade, of course. I respect Jermall Charlo. Dangerous fight, like I said, given the fact that Jermall Charlo, he's been inactive. Even though Andrade's coming off that loss to Benavidez, at least he got some activity versus the ups and downs. I don't know. Difficult fight. I will keep you guys updated. For now, it's Ego Rumor Mill, as you guys see on the header, and footer right there. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to see that? Does this help the Tank card? Drop it.